everyone, it's Kate Croto from GetCFit.com. I don't even know why I say that anymore, to be honest. I barely do anything on the website. Mostly I do things on the Facebook page, which is facebook.com/CFitClub, or the other page, which is facebook.com/livefreeordie-t, like diet. Sorry, my roommate's cat's like trying to hang out with me right now. Here he goes. Come on. Okay. So I haven't done a video in a couple days. I wanted to be inspired to say something. So I kind of just let my life go for a little bit. And these videos are I hope you know that they're very genuine and that I say this a lot, but I just want you to always know that I don't plan on what I say. I just have this inspiration, this thought, this kind of calling, I guess, and something speaks to me and then I just say it. So it's natural, it's pure, it's raw, and it's genuine. So a lot has kind of gone on in the past week in terms of myself. I've been on this 5-month journey to finding internal happiness, and it's been really kind of cool. There's some really interesting things that have come about it, and really the reason why things have changed for me, let me back up. I have lived a very kind of structured life. I have created structure within myself. So, if something was going on, I live right outside New York City. So if something was going on in the city at 10 o'clock on a Wednesday night, I wouldn't go because I had to be up super early the next morning. And yeah, there's some truth to why I do that, because I would need sleep. But there's also a lot of things that held me back. I kind of kept myself into this little bubble, and I wouldn't do anything that shook it. I'd do everything in my power to not shake it and to not burst it. So what I've been doing over the past 5 months is taking a look at why I did that, and how I want to change things. And I have to say that the shift has been really kind of cool. I was saying this to a friend yesterday, and trust me, there's a point to all of this. I was talking to a friend yesterday, and we had some really great conversations, and I was basically telling him that how happy I am doesn't make any sense. And I'll tell you why. And I don't want to get into anything, really, 100%. I want this to be about you. But I want you to understand where it comes from me. I went through a breakup. And I still feel like I am. It's very painful. It's hurtful. It's sad. It's lonely. It's uncomfortable. And it really has kind of rocked my world. So there's that. I started a brand new job that I'd never done that job before. So it's been very stressful, and challenging, and has made me doubt myself. I'll say that. I moved out on my own. For the first time, I'm living on my own by myself. I have a roommate. She's great, but at the same time, I'm living by myself, and I am completely 100% alone. So having said all of that, I'm the happiest I've ever been. It's not that my breakup made me happy, because it didn't. It's not that moving on my own made me happy. It didn't. It's not that my new job made me happy. It didn't. So those are actually things that could have added a lot of negativity to my life. So what changed? For me, I read a book called Spirit Junkie. It's by Gabrielle Bernstein. Check it out if you're interested. And basically, it helped me to transform my thoughts back to how I've always been. How I was, I think, born to be. And basically that is coming from a place of love. And by that, I'm not saying like romantic love, like I am like in love with everybody and I'm in love with everything I do. A way of living in a place of love is basically shifting your perception from fear, so being fearful of everything, to accepting everything and finding the positive within that and finding the beauty within that. That's kind of how I see it. So I've shifted my perception of the world, perception of myself, perception of those around me, and perception of the community at large into a place of love. So I took everything that I was fearful of and I shifted it. That process is a daily process. I wake up every morning with a quote or a affirmation or a word that just brings me into this positive place. And, this takes practice. This is not an overnight change. You're not going to go from your negative self to your positive self overnight. It's taken me 5 months and I'm, still working on it. But I have to say, I am the happiest I've ever been, and nothing externally in my life makes sense as to why I am. But that's what I think pure happiness is. That's what I think coming from a place of love is. Not everything's going to be perfect. Your life is going to go like this. And me and my friend talked about this yesterday. Your life's going to go like this. But internally, if you have an internal peace and an internal happiness and an internal positive place, if you're coming from that place of love, this can happen, but this doesn't change. And that is the biggest change that's happened within me. If I was having a bad day, here would crash. If I was having a great day, here would rise. And if things were just kind of the way they were and they were just kind of stable, that's how I was. So it was very like highs and lows, and I'd let every single thing in my life affect me. And now I just know that, the world is full of, your life is full of ebbs and flows. You're going to have, some great times, some not so great times, some things that are challenging, some things that come at such a perfect, opportune time that it's amazing. But that's life. So as long as you have that internal happiness, peace, and love for yourself, your body, your mind, your life that you've created for yourself, then nothing can really shake that. So yeah, it's. I hope you know that this is very much like it was an internal struggle of mine. And if you have gone through something like this, or are going through something like this, or feel like this is something you want to go through, that's why I'm just talking about it today, because it's important. Honestly, it's opened my eyes to the world. It's opened my eyes to see so much more beauty. It's opened my eyes to seeing more, feeling more. I feel things now, which I didn't before, because I would just move everything off to the side that felt like anything to me. My whole life has changed. And it changed because I shifted my perception from a fear-based place where I was scared of everything, or apprehensive to something, or defensive about something, or unwilling to change, to a place where it's pretty cool. And you see all these little things happening, and you start to see why they all add up, and you stop asking yourself what if all the time. You start telling yourself, what's next? What's the universe going to give me next? And it's just kind of a really cool place. It's a very spiritual place, but it's something I'd never thought that I'd find. And I will tell you that you cannot find it outside of yourself. You cannot find it in a romantic relationship. You cannot find it in a perfect body. You can't find it with food, and you can't find it from the perfect job or the perfect amount of money. You have to find it from within. So every time that I wanted to reach out and do something external to try to get myself internally happy again, I had to stop myself and go, okay, what's really going on here? And really had to check in with myself. And it's hard. It is so difficult. This is the hardest thing I've gone through in my life so far. And it's a combination of a lot of things. But I have to say, standing here today, or sitting on my bed today, that I am the happiest person that I know. And the only reason why that I am is because I changed my perceptions. So if you get nothing out of this video, I hope you enjoy the bloopers I'm going to try to put after this, because it's pretty hysterical. But yeah. Shift your perception, you'll shift your world. If you come from a place of fear, you'll never come from a place of love. The two don't coexist. You either have one or the other. Yes, as you come to a place of love, you might have those times where like fear creeps in a little bit. It's like that self-doubt or the what ifs come into your mind. But it's the love that's going to go. nope, you're not welcome here anymore. So, all right. Well, this is a 10-minute video. I'm sorry if you made it this long. Yay. Good for you. But I'll be sharing more of these type things, and it'll be less about me and more about you. But I wanted you to understand where I'm coming from. So, all right. Have a wonderful night. I'll talk to you soon, and find your happiness.